Hello guys, this is a bonus demonstration. Here I make a portrait study drawing on blue paper. While I use the specific brand of colored pencils, I'm not recommending these because they are not the best ones. I would rather suggest you stick to your own colored pencils and use Prismacolor white or luminance white colored pencil because they make the brightest highlights. I use a reference from Pixabay. It's a very good site where you can download copyright-free images. This is a very basic color chart of colored pencils I used. While I was drawing on this pastel paper using the smooth side, it still had lots of texture, and I strongly recommend you use Canson Colorline paper instead. It has very vibrant colors and it's smooth enough to work on a range of drawings. In this video recording, the paper looks grayish, but it's not the case. It was bright blue color taken from the pad. I begin drawing by mapping out the darkest areas in the portrait. I use first two colors in the color chart to map out the darkest areas. I also use this warm brown to map out the darks that are not that dark, because I couldn't use black on her lips or eyelids. I'm placing a shadow under her upper eyelids to make them look natural. I also reserve some space for the highlights in the eye, and sometimes it's best to take a white and just place it from the start so it doesn't get colored by accident. To shade the eyebrows, the easiest thing is to give it a nice and even coat, shading the shape of the eyebrow. I'm placing the shadows in strokes. I begin to introduce color and volume, shading spaces around the eyes. I picked a light pink to make shading in the lights that's not white. As you can see, whenever I pick a new colored pencil, I use it throughout the face and the figure. This creates unity. I find the same color in my entire image. And here it works to create a lighter tones, besides having white and cream colors in the lights of the face. I always overlap the colors, going over the same areas over and over again, and it creates a very colorful surface. It also blends the colored pencils because of shading in different directions on multiple occasions. And then I fill in the shadow area of the face even more, keeping it flat. This action creates unity in the shadow area, and there is a clear division between the light and the shade. As I keep shading, I'm thinking about the general breakup between the light and the shade. So this part of the face is in the light and it receives lots of light. Shading with white pencil, lighter colors on top of that. This part of the face is in the shadow, all of it. That's why I gave it a very general shading first. And now I'm ready to move into these parts of the face where I can create variations. If we talk about the difference between the face itself and the neck is almost always darker than the face. It's in the shadow. Look at your reference, step back from it, and you'll see that. So this part of the face receives more light than this part of the body, but because it's still in the shadow, it cannot be as bright as this side of the face. I'm stepping back to check my lights. This must be the lightest area in the drawing, along with the lights over here. That means that everything else needs to fall back into the shadow. While this area is bright, it's not as bright as this side, and here it shouldn't be bright either. So what I do, I go back and shade over it to dull the lights. The light is still there, but it's not as bright as this part of the face.